What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, especially if you love heartbreak. Let's go.
Oh my God!
I'm embarrassed!
You're flying!
Welcome in. It's almost time. Welcome in, everybody. It's the A2D Radio Sixers Bucks live reaction show. We are brought to you by FanUp, and FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use our promo code A2D. You get $50 right at sign up. Go download FanUp on the Apple Store. That's Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in. Welcome in. This is Sixers Bucks live reactions, and we'll give you a post game at the end of the show. And besides that, it's us reacting, answering your questions, your concerns, and hopefully at the end of this basketball game, we got something to look forward to, right? And I think that's the biggest issue with this team is we're all waiting for the playoffs because we feel like we can't judge them in the regular season. That being said, you can't play terrible basketball down the stretch. All right, I don't need you being winners of like 18 out of 20 going into the playoffs, right? I don't need that because I feel like ebb and flow. There's a speed bump, and next thing you know, I'm eliminated. But I need you playing good enough basketball. And I think as we talked about this final stretch of the season, this second half run per se, it's the hardest schedule in the NBA. All right, it just is. All right, you got a lot of tough games. So this basketball team needs to find ways to win games. And they need to find ways to win games like tonight, because at the end of the day, it's the same. It looks to be the same old story. That's just not enough production outside of this starting five. So we're here to react here. We're on a commercial break fitting right now. As soon as we come in, because you just can't make this stuff up. So really had to go no notes there for a minute, right?
Tremendous job out of you. Tremendous job.
70-62 Bucks. 8:34 left in the third. So,
and then like we were talking about right before we came on, for anybody who's not home currently watching the game or just getting home, Tobias Harris, not that he really did much in the first half anyway, especially offensively, out for the game due to left calf soreness. So there's that. So we just talked about, justifiably so, Tom, how unless you have all your starters and you're really not doing much, well, there you go. In the second half, you're already down a start.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I'm seeing here, and I don't know why, because I thought he played tremendous and at least gave us a spark off the bench when guys were out. But I just don't understand the no shake minutes, and I'm not crowning them. I just don't. I don't get that. I don't get that one. Right? I'm getting. I know Niang, you got to run him out there, but like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand how And there's only 48 minutes in a basketball game, so I get it. But that's a guy that just like can bring you instant offense off the bench, and I just feel like, when he's used, he gives you that. And then in typical Doc fashion, the guy just sits there. Joel from the elbow. Why would that go in?
Does everything but go in. No, Tom, the Shake Milton thing's interesting. And I think people misconstrue when you and I talk about it, because I think I don't want to say out of everybody, but I would say a majority of us, I think you and I have been the most open and, and the most patient with Shake Milton. Not that we need patience with him. He's a bench guy that can be productive if you actually give him a shot. But we get into this conversation and we look at, and again, there's no debate that when like your starters are out like it was at the end of October and November, your bench guys are obviously going to do more because there's more playing time. So that's obvious, right? But for some reason, Shake Milton is oh my God. And Embiid makes that. He can't make an elbow jumper, but he makes a turnaround fadeaway 3-pointer. Like, okay.
Of course he does.
That's just right. That's what we ordered there. Doc has just never really trusted Shake, right? And like, you and I were kind of making fun of, people clamoring for like Will Barton, for example, last week. And the only reason why I was open to a guy like that, not because Will Barton's going to come in here and, go on a tear and we're going to win championships or even get past the second round because of Will Barton, but you go to your bench, right? And especially now that Maxey's in the, starting lineup again, in the starting five, you really have nobody to really facilitate, right? Like they tried it with Maxey, but Maxey's not a facilitator. That's just not what he was brought in here for.
Well, real quick, they said that before the year. I mean, those questions were asked, and Daryl, who puts the roster together, pretty much said, We really don't have that second point guard, right? They don't have it. They don't have it. 73-67 Bucks, Sixers and transition, Maxey. So now you got 73-69. So the Sixers on a little bit of a run here. Right on cue, right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't ask for a run at a better spot.
Yep, they knew we just went live, so they're like, yeah, let's give them a jolt here. Let's give them a little bit of a jolt. But no, isn't it? Again, like we understand we had a little bit of a situation with our point guard situation, with 25 last year, so you kind of had to improv that. But for a GM and Darryl, the last two,
how did we not rebound? I just don't understand how we can't get freaking rebounds. I don't understand. Nobody gives up. Why did that beep just come through on my computer? Like
no.
My phone? Okay, good. Because it goes through my headset sometimes.
Oh,
when
yeah,
my phone's plugged in, like it will ding, and I'm like, is that coming through?
It does that with me too. It does that with me too.
Because I put it on sleep, like thinking like, all right, I'll put it on sleep, and then it won't ding. And then this ding, then I was like, wait, what happened?
I thought you were talking about the shot clock beep. I'm like, did the shot clock go off? So I didn't know you were talking about like your phone. We've been talking like Daryl Morey, not just the fans. Like we've been talking about how like we really don't have a backup point guard for the last like 2 seasons. Isn't that kind of an issue? Like, isn't that kind of like, like forget about like the fact that we really don't have like a backup center like ever. Oh, like we don't
I don't
have
think that one's like. I don't even think that one's important. That's the only one I ever poo-poo with you guys.
Center?
Yeah, or not you guys, like just anybody. I just poo-poo it. Like I need a guy who can go 8 to 10 minutes. I mean, that's all you need. And come playoff time, that's all you're going to need. Like regular season backup center, cool, right? That guy will get more minutes. But postseason backup center, that's just a guy I need to just eat up some minutes, right? When Joel gets a breather. But backup wing guys, backup point guards, like a guy who's a real point guard, that's needed in a wing-driven league. Like it's needed. It just is. Like, and I'll make a point real quick. Right? Mm-hmm. When you look at Memphis play, this will prove everything I've said for years. Guys follow the leader. All right. So they're a bunch of, and I like they're talking they do on the court, right? Sure. But they're a bunch of, in my opinion, they're little fake gangsters, just like their leader. All right. Sure. Joe with a dunk, 77-71 Bucks right now. But everybody follows their leader. Sometimes, sometimes maybe guys follow. And I love Joel more than anything. He's my son, right? But sometimes guys follow the leader and take on his personality, right? And I don't know if that's like what's going on here, but it's really weird. And it's weird that we don't put the pieces around. Like, you have a weakness at the point guard spot in your second run unit in a guard-driven league, and you don't have an answer for it. And how are guys just wide open? Like, I don't understand.
This is the Celtics. This is the game against the Celtics, the third quarter all over again, where literally, and this is what gets not just me, all of us so frustrated with this team. It's because there's not a question, at least with your first, let's say your top 7 guys, right? There's not a question that you have the talent to go at least past the second round. Forget about championship, right? Like, it's not even like we're talking about that right now. It's about getting better each year. It's that it doesn't matter how much talent or how much dog mentality or, you got to bring in PJ Tucker because he's a dog or DeAnthony Melton because he's a dog. It doesn't matter if you're going to just not close out guys that are wide open from 3. Like Al Horford, the other night, and I know I'm talking about the Celtics game, but it's just the point. Like, you do it with Al Horford, you do it with Grayson Allen. So I guess you're going to do it with everybody. You're just going to have wide open guys just be like, oh, yeah, please shoot here. And then if they happen to miss, and this kind of goes to your point with kind of following the leader. And listen, we're not crushing Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's awesome. But when he has kind of what I'm seeing tonight, and you saw it at the end of the Miami or the Dallas game the other night, it's just mopiness, right? Like, it's just mopiness. Like,
and it's just because he's so big.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because he's a gigantic human being, and it looks mopey because, like, how many guys 7'1" are running like a 4-flat 40 down the other end of the court? So part of that's that. So that's why I try not to give it, me personally, because it hits me, because I said it for years, guys follow the leader.
Yep.
But I believe he wants to win. I just believe, as we're watching again tonight, we make decent moves in the offseason, but every year we don't have a finished product.
Nope.
Like, our roster's never finished, right? Where other teams, you can make arguments that they have a finished roster. And if they don't, they make sure they do, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, when we brought Daryl Morey in here and paid him a lot of goddamn money, all right, and we brought Doc in here, we thought things were going to change. And in reality, we were closer before it than we are right now, in my opinion.
Sure.
And that's scary. And I'm not overreacting to this game tonight because I don't like we can't again, we can't say regular season doesn't matter and then it matters, right? If we're waiting for the playoffs.
I was just gonna say the exact same thing. Like, I don't want people to think that you and I are like talking about it in the moment as a reaction to, that atrocious 3-minute span in this game. Like, no, does that help? No, does that kind of cue it? Sure, but at least for me, I won't speak for you, but I would imagine to be the same thing. If they would have lost right before we went on the air on Wednesday, it would be the same discussion that we would be having. Like, and this, like we talked about it the day they hired Daryl, right? Like, I was happy about it. We've talked about it a lot since. It's Uncle Daryl to me. I was excited because he brought, at least I thought, a level of aggressiveness that at least the Sixers organization had not seen, maybe ever, but especially in the last 15 years. You saw it at the beginning, right, with like the Danny Green, the Al Horford thing, the Seth Curry on draft night, and also it helps that it worked a little bit, obviously not to a championship, but there were acquisitions that made sense. But ever since then, it's like when you've gotten closer, I've just seen a level of complacency. It's like, we'll just bring in Dwayne Dedmon. We don't need to bring in Will Barton. We don't need to bring in Kevin Love. And I'm not saying these guys would have been difference makers, but when I give credit to Boston and Milwaukee and some of these other teams, and I can really go on a list, especially in the Western Conference, they try stuff out, man. Like, they try stuff out, and I hear it from the coach, I hear it from the players, and I hear it from the GM. That's a good basket by Maxey, by the way. That, we're okay. We're third in the East. We're only 5 games back. Like, nobody cares about that, Daryl. Nobody cares about that, Glenn. Get us in position for the playoffs when I don't have to go on a loop in the first 5 minutes, or you do, talk about we need Shake Milton. Like, no, we don't want to have to be like, where's Shake Milton? But it's the point. It shows how dire some of the pieces are. And when you have losses where all you need is effort off your bench, it kind of magnifies it.
Well, it magnifies it big time.
Yeah.
And it's what it really comes down to is a lack of athleticism and defense off your bench. That's a difference maker in this basketball team because, even though I brought up what I said, earlier about Joel, his plus minus in playoff time is better than Jason Tatum, is better than Joker by a lot. All right. So, I mean, that should tell people a lot about how special and how good he is and how good our starting unit's been, right? I mean, because that's the facts of it. But when you have I don't want to say no bench, but, a lack thereof, this is what you get.
Did you see that? Did you see that play, Tom? That we just ran on offense? Dribbling around in a circle, pass it after to Embiid, almost like a one-footed three-pointer that he basically didn't hit anything. Hit the bottom of the backboard on the opposite side of the basket. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, and you and I talked about it a few weeks ago. Like, offenses are going to get stagnant, right? Like, nobody's saying it's going to be efficient all the time, but I've been looking at a stagnant offense for 95% of the game, and I'm almost shocked that we're only down 12. Like, what have we done? It's basically been like, James, you're going to do something, and then they're going to run it to
play
time
together enough. Like, nobody,
true.
Like, and then you're putting you're putting Maxey back in the starting lineup,
Yeah.
right? So, and that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? That's obviously a whole coaching staff decision, but like, I just feel like they can't get the chemistry that's needed to play together too. At times from guys missing, etc. Like, and that's, I can't even make excuses for anything anymore. Like, I don't know what to think of this team. And I think I speak for all of us. We're not going to know until, playoffs are done.
Well, when you said in your open, like, we're not going to be going crazy about regular season games, we've kind of made up our mind, and that's justified, right? Like, and I like threw the, the asterisk that, like, if you came in and beat the Bucks by 40 tonight, which obviously is not happening, they're like, okay, we'll feel confident, maybe a little chesty for 28, 48 hours before we drop another game, right? But all I'm asking for the last, 20, 19, 18 games, whatever we have left here, is give me a reason to believe. Right? Like, give me an excuse to be feeling a little bit more confident. I don't want to have the attitude of like, we'll see. We'll see if they prove us wrong. Like, I don't want that, right? Like, I want to be gearing up for the playoffs, right? Like we were for the Eagles and we were for the Phillies, even in that, that crazy September that you usually get with the team. I want that. Now it's kind of like, It's that scene from The Office where it's just like, oh, I'm ready to get my heart broken again. And all they could do was prove me wrong. And I don't like thinking that. I feel like I'm Mr. Negadelphia, but I'm just going on history's side here. And it sucks.
Yeah, I would love to say this is the year. But as you can see, now we're down 18.
Grayson effing Allen.
239. And I think one of our big problems is we allow too many like secondary and third guys and guys that aren't relevant beat us.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we have 95 points and we still have 2 minutes and change to go in the third. So if that's not telling, I don't know what is.
It's the Gabe Vincent rule, Tom, right? Like that's the epitome of it. A guy who should never be going off against anybody. Doesn't matter if you're in Miami or Miami's coming here, goes off against us. Like Grayson Allen, really? Kevin Huerter, really? Kevin Huerter's doing well in Sacramento, good for him, but Kevin Huerter 2.5 years ago, really? Like there's always somebody on any team that comes in.
The guy's got 20 points in a quarter.
In the third quarter.
In a quarter.
And Giannis,
Grayson Allen just had a Kobe game.
Yeah.
In the third. Like
this is the time where you're supposed to be making up points, because obviously Giannis is on the bench on the road and we're falling down. Like Giannis is like, I'll put my feet up. Okay, you guys can handle this? Great. Because of Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
The other thing too, when you were talking about the plus minus for Embiid, right? It also shows how impressive it is, because all of those playoffs that I'm sure are included in that plus minus statistic, that's all when he's been less than 50% healthy, whether it's been the back, the foot, or the face, or the stomach flu. I have to throw that in. I have to throw that one in there.
Yeah, there's just not enough. Nobody else rebounds, as you just noticed there. Like rebounding isn't something that starts with your big men. Rebounding is a team thing. It's an everybody thing. It's not a one-person thing. The really good rebounding teams, their guards go in and rebound well. That's the difference. And when you look at us, you're always looking like two guys underneath, a bunch of other guys standing around, and wondering why we give up offensive rebounds like we do.
If you had to guess, because I have it in front of you, where do you think they rank in total rebounds in the league?
28th.
Do you have the stat in front of you? Because that's the answer.
No,
that's the answer. That's the answer. That's the answer.
No.
Yeah.
Wish it wasn't.
Yeah, I wish it was like 8th, and I could have been like, no, wrong. But no, you're right. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, what do we say every year? And this is why it's like, hey, can we change the DNA? Can you prove us wrong? Doesn't matter if it's the Jimmy Butler team, the Al Horford team, the Tyrese Maxey, Ben Simmons, the James Harden team, right? It's the same DNA. You can't get out and defend on transition, because what does that take, Tom? Effort. You always get dominated on the offensive and defensive boards. Why? Because it takes effort. You don't need talent for that. I'm looking here. Some of the worst teams in the NBA are some of the best in rebounding. Oh, and perfect example tonight, going to what? Who was that? McDaniels?
Yeah.
Jesus, man, it's good.
Well,
really
you don't have enough guys that can also, spot up shoot, right? It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing for a lot of guys to spot up shoot. So, the more players you can find that can hit that's standing still 3-pointer, the better. Especially when you have a guy like Joel who takes so much attention away. I mean, Name the guy who's a damn spot up 3-point shooter in the starting lineup.
I would say Tobias, just because he's had to be. Harden?
Yeah. No.
Maxey?
They're not.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to.
They're not.
Tobias has had to kind of change his game, but he's not.
They all go off of, they all go sort of, hot and cold with it, but they all sort of need to dribble. They need to be in rhythm,
So you're saying, and I would agree with you, our best, at least on paper, spot up 3-point shooter is a guy who's made 1 3-pointer, I think, over his last 4 games. His name is George Niang.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know who else can do it well.
No. They were hoping House could, but that aged well.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really, he hasn't even been in there a lot either. So
no. That was a guy that Darryl tampered and signed him 5 minutes after free agency opened, and he doesn't get any playing time. I think the game in Miami when they won, and that was when Embiid and Niang were both out. I think that was the first serious playing time outside of garbage time he's gotten since November. Like, that's just, and yeah, elephant. I agree, elephant in the room. Like I do agree. Like nobody's saying like, oh, we need some Daniel House minutes, but it's like this goes to complacency in the front office, right? Whether it's Elton or Darryl or both. It's like the two guys that you brought in the first 5 minutes, really three first guys you brought in free agency was PJ Tucker. Fine, we knew it was happening. Trevelin Queen, G League specialist, who I think has been on 3 G League teams since. Right, you never will understand that signing. And Daniel House, who's played a total of like 35 seconds this season. That's not great.
No, not a lot. Sixers down 15 minutes to go in the third.
Don says, questions to both of you. How can the Sixers become a deep team like the Bucks and Celtics?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe their GMs watch the team? Because the Bucks have like 3 backup point guards. And the Celtics, the Celtics are the Celtics. I don't need to go into how good their bench is in depth.
I mean, but you need to draft well. You need to.
Oh, there you go. That's good defense.
You need a lot of things to go right. You need to get like good 1-year deals from veterans. You got to want to have guys that want to come here too. So there's a lot of factors that go in, but it doesn't mean you should go into a year without a true backup point guard.
No, Furkan Korkmaz was doing backup point guard minutes in the playoffs last year. I'm glad they listen to us. I'm glad Shake's out there right now. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we're down 12. We're getting blown up in the third quarter. Let's try something different here.
That's fun.
There you go, Shake. Oh.
All right, Sixers down 14. End of the third. Brandon says, literally impossible to be a deep roster when you're paying 3 guys $30+ million, and one of those guys is Tobias. I mean, maybe, yeah. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but you can still get 1-year deals.
There's plenty of guys that can come in, and again, we're asking for specialists, right? Like we need, because you have such a dominant, whether you want to go core of 3 or core of 2, depending on how Maxey's playing that given night. They could do so many different things where you do not need somebody to take over a game off the bench. You just need somebody, hey, here's 2 guys that are spot up 3-point shooters. That'll make it, a consistent amount of times. If you're going to shoot it 5 times, make it 2 to 3, right? On a bad night, make it twice. On a good night, make it 3 or 4. Get one guy that has length and can defend at both ends. We really don't have that. And I don't remember the last time we did. Like, we were joking when we got McDaniels in the Thibault trade. He's like the most athletic wing guy we've had, I don't even know when, since we got rid of Thibault. Like, Thibault was the only other one, but Thibault was an indictment of his offense.
Yeah, and we're getting out rebounded 36 to 21. They're shooting 55% from the field. We're shooting 47%. I mean, the offense really isn't the problem tonight. Again, it's defense again. I mean, you gave up 100 essentially through 3 quarters. It's not good. It's not good. You got to play some defense. You got to rebound. I mean, they're simple things.
Well, and the main issue too is your defense, especially when you're supposed to be making adjustments. And this isn't a Doc thing. This is just in general. 3 quarters. Gave you up 29 in the first, 30 in the second, 40 in the third. Like, that's they make adjustments at a half, and then you can't stop Grayson Allen. 20 of those 30 points are Grayson Allen, who had 0 in the first half. Like, really?
Yeah. Well, it's like they put so much attention on, stopping the stars that they allow guys that aren't to beat them. And those guys usually seem to step up.
Well, see, that's the key, right? That goes right back to what we talked about. Joel and Harden have so much attention on them. Okay, This is not going to happen, but okay, McDaniels, give us 15 off the bench. All right, Shake, give us 17. Like, you just don't. I don't know if it's playing time. I just don't know if they're just not the right guys. Like, you don't get that ever. Doesn't seem like that ever happens. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and it was right after the Celtics game, and they tried telling me, oh, the biggest reason why the Sixers will never beat the Celtics, and the biggest difference between the two teams is that, the Celtics, they have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's like, no, that's like, yes, they're very good players, but that's not the reason, right? Like, that's to say that we don't have superstars. We do, right? Like, we have a few of them, right? Or at least two of them. And correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, I think the biggest difference between a Sixers and a Celtics isn't Tatum or Brown. Hell, it's not even Marcus Smart. In my opinion, it's a Derek White. Because Derek White, again, a backup guard who can come off the bench, he can facilitate, he can play defense, and he's somebody that can go off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think I would have to look at what he did against us over the weekend, but he's somebody who had a presence in that third quarter.
Yeah, and I think they play really good defense. So, I think when you talk about the teams that, are the best in each conference for the most part, they're usually either teams that are going to light you up all the time or a combo of both, or teams that at least play good defense, rebound the basketball well, right? Like those types of things. That was fun.
What the hell was that?
It was an oop to McDaniels, and
that was the play coming out of. Oh, 3 guys around the ball. Oh, okay. All right. I won't complain because they somehow still got it.
So Sixers down 14, trying to make a run here to start the fourth. Harden comes up short. It'll stay Sixers ball, though, out on Bobby Portis. And obviously, Milwaukee gets a lot. It feels like they got half their team back tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But they have 13, 15, 18. You got 23 bench points.
We do?
They do.
Oh, I'm sure. If they have that, I'm sure we have. I didn't even
We have
look.
10, 11, 16. 16,
yeah.
Yep.
All right, that was.
Oh, that's not a foul?
Definitely should be. I think it was out on them anyway. Got away with it.
Yeah, I'll take the foul, too. Try to get in the bonus. Sixers down 11 with 11 to go.
Give us a run. Can I ask for a 6-0 run, please? I'm not even asking for a 9-0 run. Just give me a 6-0 run. Get us to within 5 so you can break our hearts, please.
Yeah, like I said, it feels like there's something on PJ Tucker out the rest of the game with it back. So this is fun. Oh,
Niang. Hey.
Minivan for 3.
For you.
Puts us down 8.
Thanks for finally making a shot. Oh yeah, and on the rebound talk, Tom, we are 28th in the league in rebounding. The Bucks, no shocker, are numero uno.
Yep, makes sense.
Ooh, Jay Crowder. Oof.
Oh, that's a foul.
Definitely is. Pushed him out. Yeah.
Sixers down 8. Now Niang's limping.
Oh, and you saw Joel. He was limping. He had to go to the locker room.
Everybody hurt? So no PJ Tucker, obviously, and we already mentioned no Tobias Harris. The rest of this game. So you're going to have a lot of – right now the only starter on the court is James Harden. And that's not good.
Good rebound.
With the rebound and 1.
Okay. Listen.
That's a great rebound. That's a great take.
Do you see what he did there? Which is different than what he always does.
And he went back up with it.
He does it anytime he puts the ball on the ground. This is what Joe does sometimes.
Yeah, he didn't put it on the floor. He
didn't
put it on the floor.
That's like, this is why when we talk about, like, we have guys that are talented, but guys that just don't know how to play basketball sometimes.
And that should be 2 quick. Sorry, that should be 2 quick fouls on Giannis right there, too.
Yes, it should. Because it's ironically, he's one of the guys, probably the only guys on our team outside of PJ Tucker that, and that's not a discredit to Embiid. It's just they're not going to ask Embiid to do that when Lopez is on the floor. But Paul Reed can at least, I don't even want to say slow down Giannis, but he can get scrappy with him, right? Like, he's not going to get dominated like we had like with DeAndre Jordan. It was like, oh, throw DeAndre Jordan in there to keep up with Giannis.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he can use some fouls for the most part against them. Like he did in the couple minutes he was in earlier, where I thought he got actually a block on him. But I don't know. I feel like that's a guy like he's going to be off because he's off. You know what I mean? And if he's on, he's on. It doesn't matter what you run at him.
It's just frustrating too because like at half, I'm looking at it, and I think Giannis only had like 12 points. Right? Like we'll ask for that every day and twice on Sunday. Going in a half, we keep Giannis at 12 points. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe you get out to a little bit of a run. Maybe Joel gets going in the third. So I'm feeling good. Like right before we started the show, I'm feeling good. You know, we had a chance to really crack a lead there at the end. They were making some mistakes. We were obviously making some mistakes, so that's what we do. And then that's why it's such a, and I hate to keep going back to it, but that's why the Grayson Allen 20 in the third quarter just drives us up a wall. It's like that, you're making it easy for them. And obviously these guys need to make the shots, but they're all wide open shots. It's all effort plays.
Yeah, well, it's again, like I think it's, trying to stop their big dogs, right? Which a lot of teams do, and then getting burnt by other guys, right? Like all attention's going to go to Giannis, all attention's going to go to Middleton, all attention's going to go to Jrue, right? So when those guys command attention, a guy like Grayson Allen, guy pinches in, tries to help on D. Next thing you know, it's a kick out, bang, 3-ball, right? So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. So, maybe it's something we should stop doing. Like we went through a zone here, and the zone seems to be working a little bit to start the fourth. So, maybe you need more of that. Maybe you need to go more zone. Just so you can send help a little easier, right? Instead of going man, where now you're going to send help and you're constantly, against good teams, it's hard not to get blown up, by the 3-ball, right? Yep. If they're getting open looks, and then you got to pray to God like a night like tonight, like, hey, can they miss those looks? And then you look smart, But it's not. I can't even blame it like on a staff, because the staff's always going to game plan to try to slow down a team's best players, right? And so I can't even blame that. It just seems like every game we freaking play in, somebody like that shouldn't like sharpshoots our ass. And we're like, how did that happen? Like Al Horford, like 27 threes in one game?
9 straight points
right,
off of 3 threes.
All right, Paul, we're down 5. B-ball Paul finished off the N1. Oh, that's us. Oh.
No, come on now.
All right, well, Shake and these 4 guys of Shake, B-ball Paul, Niang, and McDaniels with Harden on the court. I can't believe that's even a unit. Is giving us a little run here.
Bet you there's some people on Sixers Twitter. Oh, they should just start with these guys.
I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure of that.
I saw people the other night, not to talk about that Dallas game that was absolutely chaotic, right? Felt like 195 points were scored. Oh! Was that off the foul? I think that was
probably.
A foul before.
Probably.
It looked nice. The block looked very nice by B-ball Paul. People were criticizing Glenn for, how could you put the starters in there at the end of the game? They were going on a run with the bench. It's like, they were on the court.
You know what I was saying about him?
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
If he wants to get his, he just goes and gets it.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's keeping up with him.
It don't matter.
There's a special category. It's him. It's Luka. It's Embiid. Maybe 1 or 2 other guys. It's like you can only do so much, man. And that being said, and we've talked about this before, I think Brook Lopez does one of the better jobs in the league against Embiid, just because of his size, right? There you go. Let's go. That should have been fouled.
Harden 3. Sixers down 4. I don't hate this because it's a lineup that can spread the court a little bit.
Yep.
Right. You got James facilitating.
Come on.
Right. I mean, I don't hate this. And guess what? You know what Doc's doing a little bit here, as much as I'm not like Team Doc either, is he's trying things.
Yes.
So the one thing I can say about Doc Rivers, let's go, James.
N1.
He's trying different units to see which ones play the best. I mean, you got to give a coach credit when he puts the guy as a 6-man and he says, you know what? Let me try this. Let me try to run that back, right? And then, all right, let me try this bench unit. Let me try this situation. Let me try this. It's not like the Sixers as a coaching staff aren't trying different things and seeing, okay, what's going to stick against the fucking wall here for us, like once in a while. And Harden's got 24, so a little run here, got him going a little bit.
But by the way, I have no idea how he has 24 points because he didn't make a shot. It felt like for an hour.
No, he had the early, right? He had the first quarter, right?
Yes.
I think he had a good first quarter.
And I could see what they were trying to do. They were trying to get him
straight for Harden. Sorry, 6 straight for Harden. Sixers down 1. The NBA is
15-2 run.
15-2 to start the fourth. Now people are definitely going to say Trey Joe.
Oh, Lord.
He's so good.
And one, really?
See, that's the problem.
I mean, they had both lengthy guys on them. They went McDaniels and Paul Reed.
I don't know. Yeah, look again where the foul is.
Oh, there, going up.
Oh, yeah, got all hand on him.
Yeah.
He pinned his hand on the backboard. Did you see that, Ryan?
Yep.
He pinned his hand on the backboard.
Mm-hmm. Don, he technically did like 2 weeks ago, but he still hasn't played because, of course, the Sixers signed a backup center who hasn't been good in like 5 years, and he also has a hip injury, who he got injured in practice.
Can his mother effer miss a free throw once in a while here?
I'm happy they 10-second ruled him earlier.
I know, that was cool. That was one of his misses. Now he's doing a better job of it.
Yep. Oh.
No.
Too good.
That was too good. Yeah, I was just going to say that out of my head. Now he's going to hit a 3 or something.
He's out. Stop.
He pushed him. He gave him a little bit. But now I think, and I know what Doc's thinking, but now I got to get Embiid back on the court.
Yes.
Now. Enough of you, Paul. Enough of you. You had a
bench
good run.
Did what it's supposed to. Yes.
Yep,
you had a good like little 3-minute stretch here, but now it's like, okay, enough.
These other guys can stay on. Let these other guys run for a few more minutes. But get Paul off the court. Nothing. He didn't do nothing wrong. No. But now I got to go back to my best player. So he brings Maxey in.
So it shakes out. So Niang, Paul, McDaniels, Harden, Maxey. Oh my God, he's got 4 guys on him.
Stop, Lopez. Stop.
Yuck.
I'm gonna rebound.
Yuck.
Thank you.
Jesus. So you can't let him make that shot.
I'm so tired of it. He does against all the time. Come on, James. Need it.
Oh, okay.
Rebound.
Okay. I like it. You got to make this, Max.
Nope.
You didn't listen to me. Okay. You get into redemption. Don't run into him. Don't run into your teammate.
All right, breathe. Don't do that.
No, you don't shoot that.
Yeah, you
please get out of the stadium before you shoot that. Come on. Little open Niang. Yeah, cooking. All right, I'll take that.
He's cooking Grayson Allen right now. So keep cooking. Sixers down 2. We actually got 2 offensive rebounds there if you're keeping track at home.
Oh, that's
what's that call?
Foul.
What the hell's that call?
Jrue completely initiated that contact. Yeah, Harden's like, oh, you had 20 in the third. All right, watch this.
Oh, he better got that off.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? I don't got the volume on, so I don't know.
Neither do I. We'll just say he did.
27 for Harden. Come on, little Pomsy. Let's go. I don't like this matchup.
No.
I don't like Giannis on James. Christ. Oh, my God.
Oh,
that's us.
That's
us because that's so sloppy. Give it to us. Other way. It's like a fuck.
It's a foul.
It's like a dog on a hardwood floor. What are we talking about? It's a foul. Are you kidding me? That's a foul. Can we challenge this? Look what the dude did. Where's the foul? He's out of control. Where's the foul?
No, there's nothing there.
Where's the fucking foul? Oh, my God. I'd rather just get blown out then. You know what I mean? I'd rather just been getting blown out then. So you bring me back in, and then they start getting all these calls. And now this guy's
now he's
carried from the line.
Yeah.
He stepped on his foot.
And he's out of bounds. Look at that.
Nah, he's in. There's white.
Yeah.
As they say in the NFL. Or there's as they say in the NFL, there's white. Can you miss one? I'm starting to hate his face too.
Giannis?
Yeah. No, just because he's like a rival to us. You know what I mean? I'm starting to hate his face.
I
like him. I'll take him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shitting on him, but I'm old school NBA, man. When I got to run into you and you constantly take my lunch money, I get tired of your face.
I hear you. Listen, I want to hate him. So,
no, I don't hate him. I don't hate him as a player. I hate him as a rival.
Yes. Oh no, he's the most annoying. Really, Ingles? No, Come on. James would be screaming, "Help me!" right now.
Board. Let's go. Let's go. Run.
I don't know how
Run
he
him
didn't
out the
just
gym.
score on that.
Run him out the gym. Where you going?
No, you're dribbling to nowhere, man.
Take him one-on-one. Take Grayson Allen one-on-one, please.
No, stop. I swear to God.
Good luck. Hit it.
Nice.
Atta baby. Sixers down 1 again. Stop me if you heard that before.
See what happens when he becomes a meme, Tom.
Let's get a stop. So Niang, 4 for 5 from 3. And that a bench, right? And defense. Bench and defense while we got ourselves back into a basketball game.
Okay. All right, here you go. No, you can't. Okay. He's just just get on top of him. Fight him. That's all you're out there, George.
Don't get your ass kicked. What up, Matt? What's happening, brother? Just in a dogfight. You know how it goes. Going to give you about, probably like 7 or 8 of these live reactions, second half live reactions through the rest of the year. And obviously when playoff time comes as well. But that's where like McDaniels, you know what I mean? That's where other guys need to get physical right there. When that ball goes up, right? They got to box out. Niang was getting physical, but McDaniels just standing there.
Yeah, pass. Oh, okay.
Double hit. Arbol. You caught a foul? You caught a foul? Look at Sammy. Get thrown out, Sammy. Get thrown out. You're a fucking joke. Now it becomes a ticky-tack game. You see what happened here, right? It's a joke. Freaking shave your whole head. Pee Wee Herman.
You talking about Doc or you talking about the ref?
The ref.
Oh, okay.
There's a foul. Get out of here.
High five. They did a high five.
Get out of here. What a loser. Look at Doc's face. That's how we all feel. Yeah. This fucking guy. He's going to make another 2 of them.
1, 2, 3. I'll 10-second rule you right now. Oh my, and it's flush, too. It's flush every time now.
All right. What do you guys think? We winning this basketball game or no?
Can I let you know after the next possession?
No, you cannot.
Okay. I'll go with no.
No? All right. Then I got to go. Yeah. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we have that, like, that other run in us, you know? It'd be great, dude. Because if we can win a basketball game like this, then we start feeling better about ourselves.
I'll feel great.
Yeah. Then we start saying, need it. Yep.
Okay.
Minivanned up. He is minivanned up.
Okay. But you see, this is why you're in this game.
But guess what he did? Guess what it was? Spot up 3.
Yes. Well, and it's what we talked about. It's one of the others. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a charge. You called that? Are you kidding me? That's such a bullshit call, dude. There's no way a guy 300 pounds, 290 is going down that easy. Yeah, reviewing it. That's a shoulder right into the chest. Look at this. Come on, that's he initiated it. Look at the lower of the shoulder here. Look at it. Like a freaking running back.
I almost fell to the ground just watching that.
Bad call. It's not a charge. It's just Stelios. Sixers are down 1, I believe, right? Down 1.
Of course, it goes to commercial right when he is.
I was flashing it a bunch, Stelios, and then I got tired of it. No, down 2. We are down 2. But that's after the basket. It is a tie game.
Thank you, Martian. We appreciate it.
Martian, we love you, brother. We love you. We love everybody. If you're here for the first time, hit the like and subscribe. We got you covered. Everything Philly sports with a touch of national. If you like a fondle. So hit the like and subscribe. And the reactions are just going to be strictly for our YouTube family. For the rest of the year. So it's a little YouTube thing. So if you know some people over on the book and other places, tell them to come on over. Stop it.
Join the therapy and heartbreak session.
Hopefully it's not that, right?
Listen, I hear you.
I mean,
I love to be wrong. Trust me.
There's no reason why we can't win this game.
No.
Now this is a big, gigantic call that can go a long way in determining that, right? Like if Sixers get the ball here, you take the 2 off the board, tie game. If we get a lead in this game, I think we win, right? If we get a lead.
Sure.
And right now we do not have that lead. We're We're essentially down 2, depending on this call, with 5:55 left in the fourth. And that bench production, 16 from the Yang, juices that whole thing up there. And this is why, you're at where you're at. And you got a bunch of, you've got a bunch of stops. I mean, they had pretty much 100 going into the fourth. They scored 11 points. They scored 11 points in the fourth quarter. So
they turned it up. They turned up the defense. And that's, again, this is also a credit too. They turned up the defense without arguably, outside of Embiid, their 2 best defenders, Tobias and PJ, on a team that you need length.
Well, guess what they went and did? They went into a zone. They went into a zone.
Yep.
And, not saying that's the end all be all, but it's an adjustment. It's trying something. It's all you can ask from this staff.
No, I mean, you look at it too. It's like, okay, you're in a dogfight game when things were looking really bad after the third. And you look at the numbers, it's like, okay, well, you're doing it in a game where Embiid's not going off by any measure at all, right? He's got 24, which is so funny that we look at that as like a pedestrian effort from Joe. Maxey's got 24. Harden, where he didn't seem like he scored for an hour. He's got 27. So he's leading the team in scoring. So you just look at those 3. It's like, we're probably getting blown out to the Bucks on the road. No, you know why? One of the others, George Niang, we talked about it before, the only spot-up shooter you have, 16 points and a gigantic third and beginning of the fourth. That's it right there.
Let's see what the call is.
Is that Foster? Is that Scott Foster, Tom?
I don't pay attention to him anymore.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, come on. He's blinking at him. You can't lower the shoulder, and it
stands.
Oh, there goes your
it's
challenge.
A joke. It's a joke. So that's a 3-point play, too. Wow.
Jesus.
Sixers down 3 with 5, a little under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. So still have not had a lead since the first quarter?
Since it was like 15-13, I want to say.
Yeah, better get that fucking call. I was going to sit here and say that to you guys. If you're going to listen, better get that one.
Both guys should get the call, to be honest. Should be a foul on both of them just because.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you might as well just put.
Stop. Don't even do it.
I stopped myself. All right. One more. Yeah, we get it to foul. We get it to foul, APC. Why are they in chicken outfits? You have an idea? Oh, they got a Wingstop, I guess, bricking for chicken. All right, good. All right. No, I don't feel bad for almost saying that.
Down 1 again. Tell me if you heard that before. Joel with 26. So
we need to stop. Tell me if you've heard that before.
Yeah, a couple times. Good day. Good stop. Double. Good double. Good reach. Stop. He makes that. Brook fucking Lopez. I don't understand.
I mean, he's 8 foot tall. I mean,
how does Brook Lopez move like that and constantly injure us? He constantly hurts us. I feel like Brook Lopez owns us.
Yep. He's one of those guys. Ooh. No. Can we get the oh, okay.
Ball game.
Think so?
Yeah. Yep. I think they're making a shot right now. Probably.
If they make a 3, it's done.
Yep,
if this is in, it's done.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Book it.
Yep. No call, no timeout though.
What does it matter? You probably said the same thing.
No, he's probably. It's only regular season. We're fine. Ugh. Come on.
All right. I mean, chip away. Got to hit the both of the line. Try to stay in it. I just don't know how this happens, right? How does that? Look at that shot. No freaking way. No way. And then this is what I'm saying. This guy owns us. Brook Lopez owns us. I don't understand how.
Let me see what I'm going to see what his career numbers are against the Sixers.
Probably like a Hall of Famer.
The only reason why it wouldn't be, it might very well could be, is just because of his years. I don't know.
I don't.
Did he?
Yeah.
Brook. Lopez.
Just give him the chicken, Joe. Just give him the fucking chicken. Pass him over the chicken. Yep.
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 Yep. Yep.
I'm done. I might be out. You know what I mean? I can't keep doing it. It's been 2 decades.
And then that, while Embiid's on the ground, and one.
It's been 2 decades.
Oh no! I'm sorry. They actually called that an offensive foul.
Said it to you earlier, Rye. 2 decades. 2 decades.
And what was my reply?
Another 2?
I said probably another 2.
Shouldn't be like that.
No.
Great basketball city. Great basketball city.
Somebody was asking me the other day. I was in the middle of like a monologue about like the team.
Good take.
Right?
That'd have been good take.
And I was
See,
explaining.
now there's Joel. Sorry.
No, you're
Now
fine.
those 2 Joel free throws. You know, it would be a 2-point game right now. So I mean, at least gotta make one of them, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Tis the season. What are they? They're what? Free.
Close out. Good job. Close them.
Top of the key. No, I didn't even get it, Tom. Can we get a rebound?
Good job.
Okay.
Good job.
Right.
Let's go.
Make me believe.
We'll probably hit a 3, be down 1 again. I'd guess.
Yeah, Niang in the corner. Niang in the corner. Okay, you didn't see him.
Get it.
Eh. Okay. All right. Make sure he'll make his. He should make his.
Yeah, and usually Joel makes his.
Yeah.
So we could be going for a tie game, you know? Nah,
Could
I'm
be.
not going to hold that against the whole game here. So
No.
I'm not going to start doing that.
It just would have helped.
Would have definitely helped.
I was explaining to somebody
So
the
he's
other
going
day.
for 30. He's going for 30.
Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was explaining to somebody the other day, like just like the recent history of the Sixers, and I was like, we had this star join Joe. We had this star because they weren't really a big Sixers fan. And they said to me afterwards, they were like, well, it sounds like there's a lot of stars that have come here. Why haven't they won? And I'm like, welcome.
You know, he's just, you know.
Welcome.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's not easy to win either, you know?
No. Just get past the second round a time or two. That's all.
It's been a long time.
Yep, 2001. I was 5. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I was 17, 18.
Simpler times then, Tom. Simpler times.
Yeah, just AI crossing the whole country up.
Yep.
You know?
The beginning of Donovan and Andy. Good times.
All right, so we're down 2 with 3:30 left here. So your leading scorer is James Harden with 31. He leads both teams. So he leads all scorers with 31. Embiid has 26, Maxey 24, and the minivan, what a monster night at 16 right now.
Yep. No
And their guys, Giannis, obviously 28 now, so he's heated up. And Brook Lopez somehow has 26. Kris Middleton off the bench has 6 and only 24 minutes limited. Jrue's got 18, and obviously Grayson Allen, the Grayson Allen quarter, as we can call it here on HUD, that's 20, and they all came in the third.
I'm gonna single out a player, right? And it might be a weird hill to die on to some people because this is not one of the main guys. I need DeAnthony Melton to start playing better. Okay, like listen, we're not gonna take anything away from what you were in December. And
what's his contract like? How much is he getting?
Let me see. That's a great question. I think
Because some of that matters, and the
sure.
you know, into like me giving him heat.
I will say before I pull it up, I mean, not that he traded for himself, but we traded, you know, what, Danny Green's contract and our only first round pick for like the next like handful of years for him.
Yeah, gonna need you to play better for sure.
So he's making $8.2 million per for the next 2 years, this year and next year.
Okay. Yeah, needs you to play better, regardless.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I'm not asking for 20, but I'm asking for at least 12.
Yeah.
Right? Like you were lights out at the end of November and beginning of December. That's, oh my God, if he would have made that, I would have turned the TV off, just so you know. If Giannis would have made that over Embiid. He was playing really well, and that's why Tyrese wasn't benched, but he was sent to the bench when he got back from injury just because Melton was, you know, killing it from 3 and on defense. But he's been, I don't know if it's an injury. I don't know what the hell it is. But I mean, because you need him, especially when you talk about the defensive matchups with either their best guard or, their second best guard. This, I would imagine it would be the ideal matchup would be him against Holiday.
Yeah.
He's got 5 points tonight. You can't in a game like this, you can't put him on the floor.
No.
So you're forcing the issue to where it's like, oh yeah, Maxey, we're going to get you to score, but we're completely sacrificing anything on defense, especially when Harden's on the court. Like, that's what people don't understand. It's like, oh, why is Maxey down on the floor with Harden all the time? Well, it's because your defense plummets. It plummets.
Oh, it does. It does. We talked about that, right? Ad nauseum. So back down 4.
I mean, look at that. Embiid, Harden, or Maxey. They scored or assisted on 111 of the 114.
No, he's hurt.
No, he's got a bad foot. Let's see here. Ooh. I didn't
he didn't twist it though.
No, just planted it weird.
Oh, a little twist, but not
it didn't
not aggressive.
Yeah,
not aggressive. It was just a weird slip and slide. Thank God. Oh, we can't do
live reaction and live diagnosis.
Doing ACL. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that's what I was feeling. Did he go down on his own? Was that a non-contact? One of the non-contact ones? Yeah.
That'll be a Jones fracture. It'll be like the Jalen Mills phantom foot injury. Remember that years ago, Tom, the last year of Jalen Mills, where it was a week to week and it ended up being out for 8 months.
Yep, the old Liz Frank injury. Like, what's the Liz Frank injury? Guy never comes back.
Don, that might need to happen, Don.
Need to stop. Why are we giving him a wide open look?
Why? Oh, you just take the mid range where you cook.
Jaden, why'd you just stop guarding him? Jaden McDaniels just stop guarding him.
Yep. He didn't know where he was. He's like, do I go to him or do I switch? It's like, no, you stay on the guard.
Need it. Let's go. Let's go.
Nice. All right.
That's a big call.
You make 3, that's a redemption, okay? Martian, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't either.
You hear anything of, not to change subjects, Tom, you hear anything about this Painter thing?
No, not yet.
Okay.
He's probably all right. At least I hope he is. You
think it'll cause them to be like, we're starting them out in the minors just as like a precaution. Like this is almost like an excuse they were looking for.
Nah, because there's enough time left.
Okay.
And bullets are bullets.
Fair.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it ends up being a 6-man rotation just so it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
There you go, Jade. All right.
All 3. Jaylen. Guess what? Down 1 again.
I got to remember this.
It's from a few minutes ago, but is Tower right again? Oh, that pass gets through.
No. Somebody help him.
Good day.
There you go.
No.
No. Help it. Wide open. This is dead. I'm dead. This is dead.
There's someone we get killed on penetration because we don't have enough good on the ball defenders.
So one's got to sell out, and then you just got a wide open guy. That happened in slow motion, Tom.
Yeah, it did. Need a bucket. Jaden!
All right.
Jaden! Somebody's earning minutes.
Paul Reed's up out of the mud.
Down 2. Minute 48.
How are we still in this game? Oh, no.
What's the call?
Stop.
What's the call? What's the call? What's the call?
Look at that. Selling out.
What's the call? What is the goddamn call? We're going to show that one?
Probably not.
Can he miss one? Oh
Nope.
my God! Somebody get a ladder out. Somebody get the page in the ladder. We get a ladder up in here. Don, you know a guy. Good sized ladder. Put it up, Roy. I'll tell you when.
Niang just got away with a lane violation.
Right now. Put it up. Put it up. Down 4 for the thousandth time.
Go to freaking brick wall. 32. Yep.
Yeah, that 16 got the 32 real quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of N1s.
Why is Maxey running point? Okay, I was gonna say, don't do that.
Oh my God.
Why does this happen
6
every
seconds.
time within?
Stop. That's not going in. Get out of here.
I can't even be happy about that though, Tom.
No.
I can't even be.
Down 1 again. Down 1 again. Who wants to make a play? Anybody want to make a play?
We're getting like an old school James Harden night, and I can't even like be happy.
That was a walk.
Okay, good. Hey, they didn't call a foul this time. Can we get a bucket, please?
Pick and roll. Let's go. Oh, got him.
Oh, you got to go into that, Joe.
Take it, James. Good luck.
Got to make it. You can't ask for a better shot. Thank you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you.
Sixers up 2.
First lead since 45-44.
Are you kidding me? Who wants to make a play defensively? Let's go.
I don't care who. Oh, look at Sammy. Get Pomsy, Sammy.
Board. Foul. Let's go. Little pound the pavement. Let's go, boys. Fucking stay out, PJ and Tobias. Stay out.
Take a week.
Stay out for
Take a week. We'll see you. We'll see you in February. Or no, I'm sorry. We'll see you in May. February was last month.
Wow. 2 big threes by Harden and Embiid.
Don, I'll say thank you in 25 game seconds. Okay.
You just said one more stop.
Yep. You got to make both of these.
My boy.
Tom, is a bad time to say that those 2 Joel free throws would be excellent right now. They'd be delicious.
Yeah. And so would probably so would probably some other ones. I don't know what they're shooting from the line. This one would be glorious right here. This one's a must. Need it. That bad.
Excellent.
Get a timeout.
Excellent.
Get a timeout, you frauds. Get a timeout over there.
Free throws. They are 27 of 33 from the line, Tom. Embiid has missed 4 of them. Niang's missed 1 of them. Paul Reed has missed 1 of them.
What was it again? Sorry.
They are 27 of 33 from the line. Embiid missed 4 out of 8. Niang missed 1 out of 2. And Paul Reed Paul Reed made 2 out of 3.
And that's uncharacteristic for Joe.
Yep.
29. Harden leading all scorers with 36. Joel 29. Maxey 26. Harden 5 for 9 from 3. Joel's 3 for 5 from 3. Maxey 2 for 5 from 3. So those 3 guys obviously shot it well. McDaniels 1 for 1. And Niang 5 for 6. And then Milton hasn't played in a while, and he was 1 for 4 from 3.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. I think this is Harden's season high.
It might be. Well, I'm talking shit. I don't like them. I don't like them or Boston. I don't like people who own me. You know what I mean? I'll gain a lot of hatred quickly when you own me for a minute. And them and Boston sort of have had our lunch or have gone further than us, right? One of the two.
Yep.
And they're the champs. They play in the East. They have arguably the best player in basketball. I gotta hate the faces. Brook Lopez destroys me. Can we get a stop? Board.
Yes. Excellent. I'm going
to say this right now. This is the biggest win of the year for the Philadelphia 76ers. Yep. And when we talked about it about a week ago, I've been clear about this. Boston scares me every day and twice on Sunday. Milwaukee, we match up better against for some reason. For some reason, we always find ways. We always find ways. Now we got to go hit 2 more free throws here. This game's not over yet. You're going to have to hit a few more after that. But listen, we do play them well, right? I mean, we do. We got to be honest. We really do. And I can't believe it. This is the best comeback they've had, in my opinion, all year, especially because it's on the road. They've had comebacks at home that have been impressive, right? But this is probably it's their best road win of the year. And you're talking about a team that came in winners of 17 in a row, and you're the team that puts that to bed. Let me tell you something. This puts them back in good gracious with a lot of people, that are judging it game by game. And I think that's fair. Like, to judge them and look like, hey, we can go beat somebody in a 7-game series now and feeling a little bit better about ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with leaving this game if we win it, feeling better about, hey, we can. Because it's not a home win. It wouldn't be a home win.
Look at that. Look, I mean, that's why you bring him in. 8, 7, 4, and then 17.
17 in money time. We said
and it could be a couple more depending on what this.
I got no time, to do full NBA Sixers reactions. It's always second half because that's when it starts. That's when the game starts, and really it starts with 8 minutes left in the fourth.
Tom, if it's any indication, in the third,
the ball in. Oh my God! 5-second call.
All right, they just did the only thing they couldn't do just there. You just gave him a free possession.
Why, George? What are you doing, dude? Just call the timeout. You didn't see anything. I could see it from here. Nobody was open. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Timeout. Oh, all right. That's close.
All right. Need another stop. Well, that was fun, Tom.
Don't foul. The walk. That's a walk.
Nice. Excellent defense, Joe. Oh, yeah, he's talking. Now, you know what I'm going to need from Embiid? Can I get an Embiid sitting down on the Bucks logo? Can I get that? Like Giannis did to us a couple seasons ago. Can I get that, please?
All right, Jamesy. Going for 38. 16-game win streak. Sorry. 16-game win streak for the Bucks. So that would end tonight.
Tyler, I was thinking the same thing, to be honest with you. Why?
Man, I called walk from here. Yeah. See, it's clear as day. This could be a signature win. In the second half of the year on a tough road trip, right? And if you're able to pull this out, this is signature stuff. There's a lot about them.
18 second half, fourth quarter points for Harden. Yeah, no, Tom, I would say the 3 best wins just under recent memory for the Sixers. It was against the Nuggets on primetime. It was the comeback against the Grizzlies home. And then this. And then this.
And I think this takes the cake because it's on the road. And it's the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference.
Well, and
because they're better than Boston because they have a ring.
Well, and they're better than Boston because they've won 16 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just
exactly.
Again, like, Boston's awesome, right? But there's a million reasons why Boston's not there yet. They could be, right? They could be there in 2 months, and they can't be. No, to your point, with how things change so quickly in the NBA or in games, middle of the fourth quarter, I was basically saying fire Daryl Morey. I was basically
we said some things.
Yeah,
we said some things. But guess what? We weren't going to. We also are realistic in the fact that we're in wait and see mode, and I'm not going to overreact to any game. But wins do make you feel better, and big wins like this make you feel even better. Saying that, hey, this isn't a win versus Memphis. This isn't a win versus Denver, right? 2 Western Conference teams. This is a win versus the best team in the Eastern Conference, maybe the best player in the Eastern Conference, him and Embiid, right? And 4 or 5 champions that are on that team.
Yep. Hottest team in the NBA.
Yeah, hottest and a team that's hot as a pistol. So there's not many wins can get you 6 to midnight, but this is one of them because in the third we were done. Well, and we started the fourth on that 15-2 run.
Yes,
and that 15-2 run changed the whole outcome of this game.
2 quick things. It's really exciting outside of the thing you talked about. It's because this is like a vintage James Harden game. When if you just go back to the second quarter, he couldn't make anything. And he still does what he does because he does what we brought him in for, and that's close and be dependable when Joe's not having that kind of a night. And I think Joe still had close to 30, I want to say. If I go over here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He had 30. So, like, that's the other thing, too. And, like, we're never going to talk about talent with this team, especially when you talk about, the starting five and the top guys. I think that's 31 now for Embiid, by the way. That's not the issue. It's about filling in the pieces. George Niang, aside from James Harden, and what you got defensively in the fourth quarter without Toby and PJ, awesome night from Niang, especially situationally because he hasn't been good in like a month. Right? There were some people thinking like, oh, he's injured again. This is exactly the kind of game where you're like, give me a reason to buy in just for 48 hours, right? Because if they come in, I don't know who they're playing next, but if they, lay an egg against the next game, we'll be right back to where we're most comfortable. And that's like, what are we doing, right?
Yeah.
But nights like this are fun because I don't want to say we don't get nights like this because I'm going to make it seem like we're the damn Charlotte Hornets where we have like 15 total wins. So this isn't like a process team, but it's something that we ask for. And maybe it's just a small sample size of what we could get if we get in the situation where we have to beat them in an Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, I think what it does too, because it's not just a regular win, it's a comeback win on the road versus Milwaukee. I think that also brings locker rooms more together too. And that's just being fair about it, right? So, I mean, that's just factual, especially when you have another new piece that came in McDaniels, right? So, whatever, but it brings guys closer together. It makes guys believe that they can win here, right? Part of it's believing you can win too, right? I always tell my kids, like, the most powerful thing in the world is my brain. It's the most powerful thing that I have at my dispense, right? Is my brain. And it can play tricks on me, and it can do a lot of things. What is that? Is that a walk? Of course he makes that. Game over.
What was the line tonight, Tom?
Sixers were getting 5.
Oh, okay.
So I loaded up on the Sixers and I getting 5. Didn't feel good in the third though.
No.
But Sixers win 133-130. James Harden obviously is our HUD radio. HUD radio. BOAGGIO'S bread, player of the game. BOAGGIO'S bread, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Home of the best stuffed bread, tomato pie, sandwiches, cutlets, meatballs. Mention HUD radio, you get 10% off your order at BOAGGIO'S bread. So James Harden, player of the game, 38 for Harden, 11 for 11 on the line, from the line. Sorry, 5 for 9 from 3, 10 assists, 1 rebound away from a triple double, and Joel Embiid. I mean, Joel shot 50% from the field, scored 31, and 10 assists. 10 assists tonight for Joel Embiid.
That's big. That's big for him.
Underrated one, McDaniels, monster night. I gave you 8 points in 20 minutes, but you could see his impact, right? You can see his impact immediately, and obviously Niang. So those two go and combine for 24 points right there by themselves, and makes it a little easier to get in the 130s. And we play better defense. So I'm proud of this team. Right, closing thoughts, and then we're going to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I going right with what you said, where, obviously Harden, vintage game, it's something that we've been waiting for. Hopefully this is just a preview of what's to come. And the biggest, kind of monologue that we had in that third quarter when we were down was we need guys to step up. Well, Tobias goes out, PJ goes out. Guy like Jaden McDaniels and obviously George, they both step up both offensively and defensively. So as much as you got, big nights from the two stars, you wouldn't be in a situation to win if it wasn't for McDaniels in the end.
Nope. And their bench slowed down, right? And our bench kicked in. And their defense wasn't as good. And our defense locked in. That 2-3 zone, to me, changed the game when it was Harden and the full bench unit of Niang, McDaniels, B-Ball, Paul, and Shake really brought a little bit of a spark, right? For some unknown reason, they brought a spark to start the fourth, and it carried over. Starters come back in, carries over to them, and here we are. Pound the like, subscribe, follow, join us, stay with us. We love you all. This is a great win. It's a great, great win. Sixers back at it Tuesday, right? Tuesday, their next game? Or Monday. No, Monday is. I know.
Who we got?
Monday, they're at Indiana. That's a 7:00 game.
Cool down game. Good.
And then they got a back-to-backer. And then they're in Minnesota for a TNT game on Tuesday. So I wouldn't expect Joel on Monday.
Nope.
Because he is definitely playing Tuesday. So not easy games, right? Because it's the NBA, but 2 games that you should go and win. I think you need to go win these 2 games.
The last thing I'll say there, because especially when you and I broke down the schedule last week, they're about to enter kind of the lightest part of their schedule in comparison to, honestly, the rest of the regular season, right? Because you've got this little lull. Then I believe you go into like the Trailblazers after that. And then I think not this coming weekend, but the following, that's when you go head on against like the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Warriors.
Yep.
And then you come home and then you've got like some Celtics Bucks action in there also.
Yep. Gets aggressive. And you're right. Soham, Doc deserves credit because there's going to be people out there that want to crush him every time we lose. When we win games like this and we make adjustments, they don't want to give him credit. So, credit to this entire basketball team tonight, including the coaching staff. They all deserve a ton of credit. It's a big goddamn win. And through all like the ups and downs and the ebb and flow, we're 7-3 in our last 10. Like, sky didn't fall here. Like, people make it seem like the sky falls here, and it didn't. This is a big win. This makes up for the other 2, right? It makes up for it.
Sure.
It does. It's a good response to it. It's a very good response. Now you got 2 more games you can go win. You keep playing good basketball. I mean, it's the basketball team it's 41-22, and we walk around like they stink. 65% win percentage. So let's go try to win these next 2. Indiana stinks, and obviously Minnesota's Minnesota. So, and yeah, okay, KZ. So only one guy gets credit. Doc's decision to go to the zone. It's Doc's lineup that brought us back into the game, right? And Harden, we gave Harden credit. He was our BOAGGIO'S bread player of the game for tonight. So for Ryan Brodo, I'm Tom Arnone. We love you. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you stay with us. We have 7 more scheduled events before the playoffs get going on second half live reactions. And then when the playoffs get here, hold on tight. Hold on tight, Al. We're coming in for a landing. Turbulence talk.
Lots of it.
Oh, before I get out of here, Philly Irish. Drew
At the
Evo,
buzzer. At the buzzer.
Got it in shot clock. Got it in before it went to 0. What's the Harden we need? That's the Harden we need when the playoffs come. Absolutely. So stay tuned tomorrow night. You got agree, disagree. We'll obviously be talking about this game and the games coming up. So we're here, baby. We're here. We love you all. Appreciate you.